It's currently 3:46, Sunday, December 27th, 2015. Welcome to Evening Tea. This is the finale episode to what has been our first series, first season for Evening Tea. It would have been nice to start out this season with a brand new mic, but instead we're ending the season with a brand new mic.
Yeah.
So
just came in the mail hours before we started recording this.
And the thing about it is, it took us 3 hours to set it up.
Most of that was not well spent time, at least trying to set it up. But I mean, we did a lot of unnecessary things. We played around with it and whatnot. But it's all set up now. It sounds good. I don't know if other people can notice the difference, but I can. It sounds.
We can hear
really
the difference.
Good. Yeah.
The other thing is it's set up on a very elaborate stand system.
Yeah.
It's a music stand.
Instead of just using
the wire music stand.
Instead of just using a table or a book to hold it up, we decided to hang it pretty much on
a piece of cloth.
On a piece of cloth that's draped over a wire music stand, and we have an expensive laptop and soundboard that are set up on a music stand.
A wire music stand.
We could have just used a table, but that would have been way too safe. So we decided to do it this way.
See, we take risks here on Evening Tea.
Yeah.
Drinking our coffee at 202 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about our year so far in school, I guess. And the things that have happened to us that have been very memorable.
Yeah. So this is the last this is the last episode of this season, and because of some issues involving
YouTube,
we'll have to stop using our old Evening Tea account. So all Evening Tea recordings will be on the Modern Film Art Productions YouTube
page,
channel,
and it will be under different playlists.
Different playlists. So each season will have a playlist. And also we had to go back through and take out all of the songs that were at the end of each episode because that's against the law, and we didn't know it. We thought it was fine to have 30 seconds, but that is apparently completely false. So we had to go back through. It takes about an hour to upload every video.
First you have to. Originally we were recording off of this device that first you would have to record, obviously. Then you plug it into the computer, and then you upload it to the computer or download it or whatever through a process, and then you put it into a sound editing program.
Yeah.
I'm using Audition.
We used to go through the first few episodes. Took a long time to edit, hours, or not hours,
because we made a lot of mistakes.
An hour. We made mistakes and stopped and started, but now we've gotten better, and we pretty much we don't have to redo.
We edit a couple.
We edit a few things. Take out a few things when it's just like 15 seconds of complete silence.
Yeah.
Where we're just staring at each other, hoping someone else can think of something to say, but. Besides that, we don't really edit these anymore. We just sit and talk and go through, and then we put a song at the end, which we can't do anymore.
Yeah. So, So this is wrapping up. But anyway, with the process, then you have to download it to the computer. Yeah. Then you upload it to a music program or whatever. We're using Audition. Currently, we're using Logic. And then you have to export it from that after, maybe half an hour of editing or more. You have to export it from that. And then our newly discovered thing is that
to your computer.
To our computer again into another file, WAV or MP3, depending on the program you're uploading it to. So we're using YouTube.
It to YouTube, you have to turn it into
a video. So I've been taking that audio file, putting into Premiere, adding a video. A photo.
A photo. That's because we haven't been using a camera for these yet. We've mentioned before. I think that we're gonna attempt
possibly
to start
doing
using
video. and then you have to export that back onto your computer from the program.
For the third time. Same audio
And
file,
then you upload it to YouTube.
which takes a very long time.
It takes up to an hour.
up to an hour.
And
it has to upload it first, then it has to process it.
Yeah.
Which I don't...
And
so that can take up to an hour.
we've done that 3 or 4 times. We uploaded
with the
it.
same videos. Because we uploaded them the first time.
Oh yes, we uploaded them the first time. I did a few of them without editing at all.
Yeah.
I just took the audio file that we had edited previously and put it
Yeah.
to a picture. And then we realized that we wanted it to have only 30 seconds of audio at the end.
Yeah.
So
we
we deleted all the videos and then put them back up.
Put them back
We
up
had to
with-
edit
with
them
only-
again.
Yeah, we had to re-edit all of them. And then we had to put them back up with only 30 seconds of the song at the end because we thought that was the limit. Which was false.
False.
So we found that out, and we had to take them all down again. We'd only gotten like 5 or 6 up, but that's still that's like 15 hours.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And so we had to take them all down. Or Noah did. Noah had to take them all down again. Take off the 30 seconds, and we're just now, at this exact
At this
moment, that
moment,
this
we're
was
uploading
recorded,
11 episodes.
11 episodes.
Yeah,
all
11
at once,
episodes.
which was supposed to. Let's see. It's been 4 hours. How much time do we have left on it? We're 20% of the way through, and it's been 4 hours.
So I have a feeling I'm gonna be getting up every hour, putting my finger on the pad just to make sure my computer doesn't fall asleep. And my battery was at full charge. I just took it off the charger to do this episode, and it's already, after maybe 20 minutes, it's already almost it's a quarter of the way done.
Yeah,
out of
it
battery.
takes a lot of battery and time to put these up. So we've figured out all the issues. So now we know what mistakes not to make next season.
Yeah.
Which will be starting after January.
Probably
1st.
the first. Yeah.
And we'll be trying to make 1 episode a week. And I mean, each season won't be a year long. It will be a reasonable number.
The reason
of
it was a
episodes
year
longer.
long is because we just started back up again after
Yeah.
a long period
and
of.
we were very sporadic with the videos. But when it's more consistent, a season might be, I don't know, there might be 3 seasons a year or something like that, like 20 episodes each.
Yeah.
And what we're going to try to do 1 a week and more if we can. If we start doing video, it will
take a little bit longer.
A little bit longer for us to do more than 1 a week because video editing is a lot.
Yeah, it's
more,
not really that hard, but when you
No,
when you start to make cuts
yeah.
in the audio and the video, then it becomes
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah,
So
and we'll try not to do that, but it will happen a few times before we get used to having the video.
So, in current events, we did Curtains.
Oh
The
yeah,
musical.
yeah. So this is
We've been getting involved in, because we did a musical last year.
for Bangor High School. We're now getting into
The reason,
stories, the purpose
episode.
of this episode, rather than
So we did the Secret Garden. We played in the
last
pit.
year. Yeah, the pit orchestra for Secret Garden, which was really fun. That was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
It was, but
A little
we've
bit
been-
over a
yeah.
year ago.
Yeah, we've been doing musicals, playing in the orchestra, playing instruments in the orchestra for these musicals, and this year we did back for Bangor High School. This year it was Curtains, a musical by my piano teacher and Noah's guitar teacher's good friend from when they were teenagers. They were in a band together. The guy who wrote it, his name is Rupert Holmes. It's pretty funny musical.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's funny. Some of the songs are really good.
It has a range of music genre.
Yeah,
It has
yeah.
like slow,
Yeah. Like more ballad style, and then there's
Dixieland type
Dixieland
music.
things, and then there's like Broadway style show tunes and Southern cowboy music.
Yeah.
There are a few songs that are like 1800s country music. I guess I don't know how to describe it.
Most of what I have for music is 1 and 3. If I'm playing on 1 and 3, it's just
jump,
bum, 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 bum.
boom. Yeah,
So, but it's really fun.
It's
you think
fun.
it'd get very boring playing on 1 and 3 for 3 hours,
but
or
it's
2
fun.
hours.
I was playing for Secret Garden. I played the keyboard 2 part, which was filling in for string parts and whatnot. But this year I played the reed 3 part, which was what was it? Maybe it was reed 2. No, I was playing reed 2 actually, and that's for, it was written for English horn, oboe, tenor saxophone, and clarinet. But I did not own an English horn or an oboe, nor had I ever played either one.
But you did.
But
You had been playing clarinet for a whole week.
For a whole week
before this.
Yeah, I learned clarinet that week, and the week before the show, and played as many parts as I could that were written for clarinet on the clarinet, and then the parts I couldn't play because I'm much better at saxophone than I am at clarinet. I played the clarinet parts on soprano saxophone, so I had a clarinet and a soprano saxophone that I had to play, and then also I played tenor. I borrowed Noah's tenor and played the tenor parts, and Noah was playing bass at this. That's why he was playing on 1 and 3. We didn't specify that.
Yeah.
And then I also had an alto because I find it easier because I was also transposing the oboe parts. Oboe is a C instrument, and soprano saxophone's B flat, so you only have to go up a full step to transpose. So I was transposing that, and they have similar tones sometimes.
So when you transpose that kind of thing, do you look at the note and just re-recognize which note goes to which?
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to do it in my head. Most of the time, I just look at it and look at which notes are most important and then play those, because a lot of the oboe part was just a lot of runs like duh.
Oh yeah,
like
so
that.
you do the first note and the last note, yeah,
and stuff like that, just to back that up, and then it gets that other that run sound from, because the piano's playing it in the flute or
and everybody else
clarinet,
probably.
So I don't. That's not
as
really
long as you
important.
get the
Just
important notes
the
that they have.
notes, yeah. And I just transpose those. That's not too bad. It's just up a full step, and then also for English horn, which is an F, I use my alto to play the English horn parts, because alto's an E flat and horn's an F. So that's just up.
So it's only a little bit of
that's only up a full step again. So that wasn't too bad, and there wasn't that much English horn stuff. Most of it was tenor and clarinet. So I didn't have to think too much, but we had, how did the rehearsals go? So the show was on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Our first rehearsal was 1 week before the opening of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got the music the Monday before that, or something like that.
Or
so
at least
we had 3.
We did.
Yeah,
we could have gotten it way before then, but we didn't.
Yeah, so we got it 3 days before our first rehearsal with just the pit. The pit rehearsed 1 time before it combined with the cast. Last year, Secret Garden, we rehearsed like at least 6 times.
You think so? Yeah.
At least.
Well, I know we spent.
And we started 3 weeks.
We spent one full, part of the school day just doing that, just rehearsing with the orchestra.
Yeah.
Before we even set foot inside the stage.
Yeah, it was, and then we had rehearsals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the next week. So we rehearsed with them 3 times for 4 hours the first night. It was 5 to 9 that first night, I think. Right?
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
5 to 9, and then 6 to 9, and then 6 to 9.
Yeah, 5 to 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot.
And then one of
rehearsing.
those days
and that's hard for a reed player. I mean, you're playing that much for 3 hours. Just that's
get tired.
A lot of work.
Bass
and
players,
bass players too.
They don't get tired. I mean, you have to stand unless you sit, which I didn't sit just because I chose not to. But
your hands
you get used to it.
Yeah.
So.
But for reed players, it's and brass players too. I mean, I can't imagine.
The worst part is just like
I can't imagine it actually, because I did it.
Yeah.
So, I was there. I had to do that. Play for 4 hours. And it's not actually that bad because you have a lot of breaks in between. Like
Yeah.
It's,
Well-
you play for like 3 minutes and then you're done for 5.
Yeah.
So your mouth gets a lot of.
But when
breaks.
we're doing rehearsals with the cast,
Mhm.
it's a little difficult because
Yeah.
they make mistakes,
So
and
we have
we
to
might
go
be
back.
playing the song 5 times in a row
Mhm.
just to get so
And-
one person
and-
gets
and
their line.
Musicals are very difficult to play. Like, the music is written for singers, so that means you have things in the key of like F sharp,
Yeah.
which has 7 sharps in it, and just crazy, ridiculous keys. C flat, which is silly, and just silly keys. I don't know if people listening will understand
Yeah.
what that means. And the music is all, it goes ridiculously high or ridiculous. There was a note written for the saxophone part that's no matter who is playing the saxophone, it is impossible to play on the saxophone.
Well, they do have. I don't know if you know about this. They have saxophone harmonics, where you can reach. It's like a trumpet. You can go higher than a trumpet.
Really?
You just we'll look it up later, but you play. It's almost like, you know how when you squeak, it's really high.
Yeah.
It's a controlled squeak,
Huh.
and it actually sounds
Can
good.
you go low though?
Because
Because it had.
you
like-
can
it
go
had, like-
all the way up.
Had like
Like,
it had like an F, like a low F. The lowest you can play is a B flat.
it's
on the
possible.
saxophone.
I think.
How do you? But what do you do
I don't
with
know.
your hands?
I don't
But,
know. It's a
I mean,
mouth
that's,
thing.
I mean, it's just. I don't know. No one there knew how to do it.
Yeah.
But
So, and then we didn't get
What are you
paid
talking
for
about?
that,
Oh, we did not get paid.
but
It's really fun. It's fun though. But the music's really hard because it has a ton of runs and constant key changes, time signature changes.
it's exciting music.
It's really exciting because it's different every night.
Unlike
Because
the
you have to-
musical
you have
I
to
just did,
Oh yeah.
I did get paid for it. Luckily, I haven't got paid for it yet.
Yet.
It hasn't come in the mail, and I didn't get paid a lot. Into the Woods.
I
The
wasn't in
music-
this.
The music was interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people probably know about this, but Wynton Marsalis came to Maine Collins Center to give a performance with his jazz orchestra that performs at Lincoln Center every week.
They're called the
In New York.
Um,
Jazz at Lincoln Center
Jazz, yeah.
Orchestra. Yeah. And we were there. They were doing the name of their program was Big Band Holiday. We got the tickets.
that's their latest album. They released
Yeah.
a holiday album.
Yeah.
And they just basically played the songs.
Yeah, and some more, and left some out. So we went there with our good friend Ben Burt and his parents. His father is a professor of trumpet at the university, and his mom's a cello teacher in the Bangor area, and she teaches sight singing at the university as well. And she's
Oh,
also
does she? I
she's
didn't know
also
that.
yeah she's also in the Bangor Symphony. She's assistant principal cello or something or other is her title, but second chair cellist. We went up there with them, and we were hoping we went up there for there was a question and answer thing with a few of the band members, and we got to
Just the
watch
students
the sound check. After the
Jack.
sound check, I guess. There was a question and answer thing with some of Jack's students and jazz students at the university and us. Reggie came with us, who we interviewed in episode 11, the one before this. He was there as well, and Ben's brother Lucas, who is also part of the jazz combo. So we were there, and the bassist who plays with Wynton. He was answering some questions, as well as one of the trombonists.
Who had just recently joined.
Yeah.
Pretty recently.
10 years.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Oh, okay. Well, it was recently because most of them
Had been
in
the bassist had been with them for like 20 or something like that.
yeah,
a long
So,
time.
because they're all kind of connected.
Yeah, they
most
all
of them.
have connections with Juilliard. They were attending
probably-
Juilliard and met Wynton there when Wynton was helping teach and whatnot when he was there giving jazz lessons in New York. But they were really cool, and a singer who was there her name is Audrey Shakir. She's known as the heir to Ella Fitzgerald and one of the greatest living scat singers. She was also
really
there. Someone asked one of the bassists, or not one of the bassists, asked the bassist what his advice for an aspiring jazz singer would be, and
He just said, "Oh,
the singer happened
Audrey
to be sitting.
will answer this
happened
question."
to be sitting right there, and he's like, "Oh, why doesn't she answer?" And she gave her advice, and then her phone number. She
Yeah.
gave out her phone number to an audience of, I don't know, there were probably 30 people there.
So this is just foreshadowing what's going to happen later in the day.
So that's the end of that, and eventually we go to the Union to have some dinner before the show starts, which barely
We
comes
barely
out in time.
had enough time to eat.
So we get to the Collins Center, or get back to the Collins Center, I guess, and the show is amazing.
It's very good.
It's really good. There's an encore, that was good too.
There were almost 2 encores.
Almost two, yeah, but
I don't. They probably.
it was a really good show. The singing, there was another singer, Denzel Sinclair, who's from
I don't think I've ever
Toronto, I think.
I've ever seen an encore. Have you?
Yeah, Notel Brass, when they came,
Oh,
they did
yeah,
5.
5 encores.
5. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. But Denzel Sinclair, he's also a jazz singer from, I think it was Toronto. He was really good,
Yeah,
very
Toronto.
smooth voice. It was really nice. And Audrey Shakir sang with them sometimes, not all of the songs, but they were really good. And after,
And very nice people.
very nice. Yeah, they were really nice people. It was very familial, I guess. The way they acted with each other. They had never performed together, but they acted as though they had known each other for a long time. So after the show and the encore, we go backstage because
Jack.
he's
And we're seeing all of the people just coming out in their pajamas because they were
getting ready to get on the bus to go
right.
back to New York. But all the band members, like the guitarist and the pianist and trombonist and Denzel Sinclair and who else? One of the trumpet players, the lead alto player, he's a large man.
Yeah.
He pretty much drowned or suffocated Lucas in his hug.
Very nice.
He was really nice. They were all really nice, talking to us and giving us advice and just talking. And then Audrey Shakir was there, and the girl who asked her the question earlier, the aspiring jazz singer, Audrey Shakir asked her if she wanted to sing for her, if she wanted, and so they asked
went over
what
and
songs
they
they
just
knew,
sang.
and there was a little old piano in the
girl's
backstage
like,
area.
"Do you know this song?"
Do you know this song?
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I
I
know that one."
And then Audrey Shakir starts playing it on the piano, and then she's singing, and then gives like a private lesson to her right there, like just randomly just gives her a lesson. And it was really cool for her, I'm sure. It was really great. Like, it's great seeing that professional musicians like this, they find education of the music to be one of the best parts of their job.
Yeah.
And important, because, I mean, almost all of the people in Wynton Marsalis's band, including himself and the singers, they're all teachers at somewhere, yeah. But it was really great. And then when Audrey Shakir was getting ready to get on the bus, she was giving some people hugs, and then she looks at me and says, "I don't know you, but I'll give you a hug anyway."
Yeah.
And then
she
goes down the line.
She
of people
she
in our
gave
group.
me a hug, and then she started talking again.
Yeah.
And then she went to give me another hug. And she's like,
Oh,
I already gave you a hug.
Yeah.
And then she gave.
And then she started saying her phone. She's like listing her phone number off. Is somebody getting this? And then Noah was turned on his recorder on his phone to hear
Lucas
it. And then
said
Lucas was typing it down as quickly, and she's like, she said, "You better call me. If you don't, then I'll be mad at your town. I'll hate your town, and you'll get snow for a year." and then said
That's gonna
goodbye. She
happen
was so
already,
nice.
but-
You should really listen to her. She's a really great singer. Her style is really interesting. Her tone is really interesting, but I like it a lot. She's a great singer, and her scatting is really good.
Yeah.
She was really nice. Anyway, after this, we were waiting.
We also met Denzel. He started
Denzel,
talking.
he started
a little
talking
bit.
to
I didn't
us.
realize that he was the singer. It took me a minute to realize that he was
Oh
Denzel.
yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, and
I
he
was like,
talked to us for a little while, and that was great. We were waiting outside of a door, which we thought was Winton's dressing room,
but it
which
wasn't.
we found out that it was not. So Jack, Ben's father, Dr. Burt, went upstairs to the other dressing room, and that's where Winton was. And he talked to him for a while and asked it, and then Ben just goes up without being invited. He just goes
He's
up
looking
and
for his
looking
dad.
for his father, which was true.
You
You
don't
can't
see-
see the air
air
quotes,
quotes.
but he just wanted to meet Winton, and he knew his father was up there. But that was his excuse if he got caught.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my dad.
I'm looking for my
and
dad.
then Jack comes down and says that we all can come up, and we go up there.
So we all
and
go. I'm extremely nervous.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Like, I've never felt so nervous. I
Yeah.
couldn't feel my face. Like-
it was completely relaxed. I remember seeing your face, and it was just like your eyes were wide. It was really funny.
Yeah.
But so we go up to his dressing room, and we're up there. Maybe there are like 15 people there or so, I'd say, just standing there, and he's just talking and
He was really relaxed.
really
And
relaxed.
I heard
and
his
he was-
voice on Spotify. He was like, "Yo, I'm Winton."
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't say yo, but he said, "Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Winter Marsalis. You should listen to my
Yeah.
holiday." I've already listened to it.
Yeah.
Well,
But, he was talking.
his
to
voice
us.
is very distinct though.
Yeah,
He's a very like
Yeah,
humble
it's like
voice.
he is. And it's sort of like a Louisiana, New York
Yeah.
accent. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
imagine that, but he was really nice. He was talking to us, answering questions, asking us questions. It was I didn't personally talk to him or ask a question, but it was really great being there, and he was really nice after playing that show and talking to those people and us.
We have a couple of recordings of
yeah.
him
Yeah.
and pictures.
And we have pictures of the backs of our heads in the same room as him.
It was
They
really
were
cool.
taken from behind where we were standing. It was really great. It was really fun, and it was a really good experience getting to meet him. Yeah, and all the people in his band, and seeing the kind of relationship they have with each other, and how they act around other people, and after the performance, it was really amazing.
A
It
good
was,
experience.
yeah, it was.
to say
I
the least.
said that a few times, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a great time, and the music was great too, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're some of the best jazz musicians in the world right now, and it was really great getting to hear them and meet them. So that's the end of this season.
It only took a whole year.
Only took a year, yeah. Thank you for listening until the last episode, and we'll be starting up again after the new year, and definitely with one a week. So we said it now, and it's recorded.
We
have
to do it.
to do it. So we'll probably put a link in the description of Big Band Holiday or some other Wynton Marsalis recordings. Thank you.